But we start with that extortion message sent to Bollywood superstar Ranveer Singh. More details have emerged in the case. According to sources, 10 crore rupees was demanded, and that demand was made through a voice note sent to Ranveer's manager. His WhatsApp number from a US number is what we're being told. The Mumbai crime branch investigations have zeroed in on Harry Boxer, described as a key Bishnoi gang operative. Investigators are now reaching out to US authorities through official channels to trace the origin of the number used. Sources add the threat came after the recent firing outside filmmaker Rohit Shetty's residence. Let's just take you through some of the revelations that we have now accessed here on NDTV. This has to do, of course, with the threat to Ranveer Singh. Now, the first revelation that we're going to bring to you is a voice note demanding 10 crore rupees as the extortion amount. Revelation 2 is that this is a US number from where the message went to Ranveer. The third revelation is that the threat is linked to the Bishnoi gang. That is something that has also been established. The crime branch has matched Harry Boxer behind the voice note is the fourth revelation. And the fifth is that the manager received this threat on his WhatsApp number. Anuj joining me live at this point on this emerging and developing story. Anuj, we've just taken our viewers through the big revelations, but where does the investigation stand as I speak to you this afternoon?
Vedika, this is a very serious development because, before getting into where the investigation stands, if you look at the timeline of the incidents that have taken place here in Mumbai, first we had the firing incident take place at Rohit Shetty's house, but he also confirmed later on that he hadn't received any threat call or threat message. And, just a few weeks after that, or a few days after that, we have this entire Ranveer Singh development happen where the most recent piece of information is about a US-linked number. Which has been attributed to Tony Boxer, a member of the Bishnoi gang, who has reportedly sent a voice note demanding for 10 crore rupees, which is, as I said earlier, a serious development because firstly, it ties together the fact that people who are seen anywhere close to the film industry here in Mumbai are being sent either direct messages or extortion messages through different kinds. But as far as the investigation is concerned, we know that last week, or earlier this week rather, the police got in touch with Ranveer Singh and did try to understand what was the nature of the call. However, there hasn't been any official registration of an FIR either in this case or in the other case, which is about Salman Khan's brother-in-law, Ayush Sharma, who also received a similar message from Sweden this time around. But before the police goes on to the action mode, what they want to understand is, whether there is any sort of credibility on the allegiance of those who are sending these messages to the Bishnoi gang. Although the pattern suggests that it is very similar to what had happened earlier last year as well when similar kind of development was taking place. But, that is something that the police is really trying to understand, and to what extent or to what degree is the Bishnoi gang directly involved into this, because we have seen earlier as well, there have been people based out of the United States of America who have acted on behalf of either Bishnoi or other members of his gang. However, as far as the Home Ministry in Maharashtra is concerned, the Chief Minister himself spoke a few days back, making it very clear that people or the members of the Bishnoi gang will be dealt with severity. But these are the kind of statements that we've been hearing for the longest time. Even when the Baba...
I also want to understand from you, what do we know about Harry Boxer as of now when it comes to this case and in connection with this case?
Harry Boxer is not a new character in this entire story, although, as far as the Ranveer Singh development is concerned, he is the one who is, whose name has been zeroed down upon by the police, but the name of Harry Boxer did crop up earlier as well. If you remember, on April 14th, 2024, there was a similar incident to what happened at Rohit Shetty's place, where fires were shot outside Salman Khan's house as well. And then there were people who were, also seen giving letters to Salman Khan's family members, including his father Salim Khan. And in this entire development, Harry Boxer's name has been present, in some or the other form, mostly in indirect form. But this time around, what we know is that the number which is sent the voice note demanding for 10 crore rupees in extortion is directly linked to Harry Boxer, who is a US residing individual. And for that, the authorities in India are also cooperating or coordinating with the authorities in the US before taking any sustainable action against the individual, that is Harry Boxer, because it is not just him alone, but what we know from our experience in last 1 or 1.5 years of dealing with Bishnoi gang, that is the Mumbai police, is that there is a sizable presence of this gang in the United States and in few parts of European countries as well. Back to the studio.
Anuj, thanks for joining me live on our top story here on Breaking Ground.